All right, so this is our premium series window here at Revival Windows. The first thing I always like to talk about is the actual material or frame that it's made from. 98% of contractors these days, they use what's called a recycled vinyl window. Okay, essentially it's just a bunch of different PVCs and plastics melted together. What happens is you get a lot of warping, fading, discoloring. They get really brittle in the sun, which can make them crack easily on impact, which also makes them really hard to operate over time, can cause seal failure, all sorts of issues. They're a lot cheaper, that's why people use them. Here at Revival, we only use a pure virgin vinyl, so that's on the opposite end of the spectrum with zero additives, zero impurities. That just means that it holds both its color and its shape for its lifetime, which is why we warranty against that. Now, the actual glass on these windows, yeah, that stuff is extremely hard to break. It's double insulated Pittsburgh plate glass. Now, it is not bulletproof. It is a grade below it. If you actually figure out how to break it, I would be shocked, but it is part of our lifetime warranty, so call us and we'll come out and replace that for free. Now, in my sample window here, it just shows you with grids and without grids. Some homes have grids, but these days I usually recommend for people to get rid of them. It's just gonna help update your home a little bit, and it also does save a little cost per window. The locks on our windows, they're cam action, so they're really smooth to operate. It's not gonna bind up over time. These things are also zinc powder coated, so they don't chip, they don't corrode if any of your pets get up and claw at them. They do also have lock and unlock indicators up top. That's for people like me who can't remember which way is which. It just saves you from guessing. Now, every window in a typical home is gonna open from one direction, from the side or from the bottom. Now, this one has the same thing. It's gonna open from the bottom, except for you can see that one finger is all I need to operate this window. They are extremely smooth. Now, they do open from the top side as well. Okay, this is a double hung window with a floating half screen. So whatever side you're using, you're still able to keep those bugs out of your home. Now, the benefit to this is if you want to ventilate smoke out of the kitchen, steam out of a bathroom, it's going to be better to open the top side. It's going to ventilate out a lot easier because heat rises. Now, this is also beneficial if you have kids or pets running around the house. You want to get your fresh air while keeping them from poking their fingers through the screen. Don't open the bottom, use the top side, protect your screen. Now, same thing goes for your left and right sliding windows. Right side will open and the left side will open. So if you have like a piece of furniture in the way, you don't have to climb around or climb over, just open the other side, whatever side's easiest for you. Now, these windows have little tabs on them. These tabs are called fresh air locks. They snap out with your fingers like this, and that's gonna lock the window from opening past about 3.5 inches. So from the bottom or from the top. Okay, same thing left and right. So this right here is for when it's really nice outside. You can crack your windows open, get that fresh air flowing, turn off the AC. It saves some money. It is a big safety feature. Okay, if you want to leave them open overnight, go to the grocery store, leave to work, so you don't have to put dowels down in your window tracks anymore. To disengage them, you just push them in and slide down. Really easy, they're spring loaded. Now, my wife's favorite part on our windows is the Easy Clean features. That's where your windows are able to pull into the home so that you do not have to go outside getting up on ladders, step stools, climbing through the bushes. Most people, they don't go through the hassle or the pain of cleaning the exterior of their windows. This makes it part of the household cleaning. Just fold it into your lap, take some Windex out with a rag, and then pop it back up. You can clean both sides from within the home. Now, you can see here, this is attached to the frame by a hinge. Now, that is exclusive to your double hung windows up and down. Your left and right sliding windows are just a little bit different. Okay, those ones are free floating, so they're fully removable from the frame. You can prop them against the wall to clean them. You can lay them on your countertop and then just pop them right back into the frame. Weather stripping, it's front and back, okay? So double weather stripped around all 4 edges of both sashes. This stuff is made out of a synthetic wool, and it's attached, if you look real close, to all these little Mylar fins. Okay, those things are grooved into the sash, so they can't be pulled out, you can't remove those. Most windows, you got a little felt strip. It's glued on with an adhesive. That stuff wears out really quick. You get a lot of dust, a lot of drafts that end up in the windowsill, the little tiny bugs that crawl through there. really hard to clean. Okay, this one prevents all that stuff. And just snaps right up into place like that, floats right up. Now the glass, you can see it does have kind of a greenish hue to it. That's the low E tint. So it's baked into both those paints. It will provide some privacy from the outside. So that just makes it harder to see in during the daytime, kind of a mirrored reflection. It is not a casino tint by any means. At nighttime with your lights on, you can definitely still see into the home. The main purpose of the low E is to block out the heat, block out the UV rays, protect your home, while still letting in all of your natural light. So you're not gonna notice it getting darker into the home from this. There is also this interlocking system here and down at the bottom with weather stripping upside. So when you close it, those two grooves, they're going to interlock and create a really nice airtight seal from the outside. So if it gets windy, you're not getting anything into the home. So that's the interior view of the home. Now the exterior view of the home looks just a little bit different. Okay, and the first thing most people notice is the frame. This thing has got a beautiful frame. This is a European bevel, adds just a little bit of pop, a little bit of contrast to the outside of your home, so you have a really nice facelift. Helps the home look a lot newer. Now, this is not just for looks. That's half the reason they put it on there, is for the aesthetics. The other half is for functionality. Okay, this is gonna help deflect rainwater off of the edges so you get less of the hard water streaks coming down the window panes. It also has this track that houses a screen inside of that frame. So that's what allows me to float that screen up and down or left and right. Now, the screen itself, that is my favorite part on the window. Most screens, they're a piece of garbage. They got really thin frames that bend easily. The tabs on them, they always snap off. The screens tear. This one solves all of those issues. Okay, you can see there are no tabs, so it's got a clean, seamless look. To pull it out, just grab it on the frame, pops right out. Now, if you look at this, you're gonna notice the frame is about twice your standard width. This stuff is made out of forged aluminum and it's zinc powder coated. I cannot bend this on purpose, let alone on accident, so it's going to hold its shape for you. On the back side, when I flip it around, you can see these keys in the corners are really beefy. That's what keeps it from just twisting and snapping, okay? And those things are hidden in the back as well, which adds to the seamless look. You don't have yellow pieces of plastic because they got sun faded over the years. And then the actual material here is made out of a fiberglass. Okay, it's UV protective coating all over it, so it stays black. It holds up against the sun, the wind, and the rain. Most screens, they're nylon mesh. That stuff disintegrates in the sun, it turns gray, turns white, and then the wind starts to blow holes in it. To put it back into place, take these stainless steel springs, put it into either side of the track, and it's just gonna snap right back into place. Slides up, easiest screen you'll ever touch. Because this thing is built so well, it's included in that lifetime warranty, which, by the way, nobody else likes to do because it's the first thing that goes on their windows. The very last thing I'll show you is down here at the bottom, it's the windowsill. Okay, all of the windows in a typical home are gonna have a track or a seal dam. Okay, it's a lot of grooves in there. That's where it collects all the dust, the dirt, the bugs, the dog hair, sometimes black mold. It takes a toothbrush to clean those things out. Our window doesn't have any grooves. Okay, it's totally flat and open. This piece, it even ends early on both sides, which means everything can naturally flow out of the weep holes in the corners. If you want to clean it out, just take a washcloth, give it a swipe just like you would a countertop. And then when you go to close the window, you've got 2 rubber bulb seals at the bottom here, as well as a 3rd weather stripping along the back. This piece is gonna go right up inside of this window so that it gets hidden away, it prevents bowing from the high winds, and you've got a clean rubber seal on the outside. Now, when I lock my window, all of these seals are rated at over 120 mile/hour winds, which we don't get out here. That's hurricanes, okay? It just gives you a little bit of peace of mind. It doesn't really matter what the crazy Utah weather throws at this window. It's not gonna have any issues holding up. So that's our window, pretty sweet.